and welcome to Divine Unisouls 11. I'm going back to my old-fashioned setup of how to be able to help you and look at the two energies side by side. So I'm going to go to a classic reading spread that I done when I did it at the beginning as well. So if you need any help or anything like that, go to the description box below. There's all of the good stuff in there. If you need a reading, if you need to have a past life regression session, or if you need to have a clearing of energies through MAT, all that good stuff is found at the bottom. So let's start and begin with looking at the overall energy. So right now, what's going on? I know we have the full moon, which is creating ending the cycles, karmic cycles, those things like that, so we can be able to begin again. Karma had ended a long time ago. However, some of us, again, through our own programming, through society and family, have been kind of perpetually keep that, like they say, keep hope alive. It keeps it going with that. I'm getting a lot of cards here, and something about this is appealing to me. Okay. All right, that's it. Okay, so right now what our soul is calling, and we had seen that on the, if you watched the playground experience, we talked about the soul's role as well. So go over to the playground experience where I talk with that's my own, the talk show, I like the view, where we talk about what is topics that either spirit brings to me or what's going on in current energies. So right now, y'all soul is saying, and our program is to take a look about gratitude, acceptance, courage, perseverance, peace, and abundance. So these cards that are in reverse are the cards that, again, that they really want us to know that it's really emphasized, or that we are really truly moving in, or we're being led into, that we really truly need to look into. Cards that are right here in upright position are the cards that we already are either experiencing right now. So they want us to understand that we need to move into the gratitude. To me, this looks like an eye. The way we're seeing things and we're framing things in the world is very important, that we understand that it is time for us to really be super hyper focused on the good things instead of the negative. So I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And that's what they want us to do, to open up. This is almost like your third eye. Really start visualizing things that you could be grateful for. Your soul is also pulling you to be able to, again, acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So those things, again, one thing is the soul wants us to know, and that's been brought to me from me listening to others, that we need to stop saying that there's something wrong. There's something that we are growing through. And that, again, growing, not going through, but growing through, because it's going to help. These lessons come to help us to grow. And a lot of times we like to say, oh, is something wrong with me? The person is not here. We haven't found our mission. These things keep on happening. And so we have to really come to a point to accept this, to say, okay, whatever it is helping me to grow. And from this, I will learn. So I'll get my lesson and my blessing and move on. From this one, I know easier said than done, but that's what the spirit wants us to move into, that, or accepting our good. Some of us also in the reverse, I have a problem with accepting things that are good for us, because, again, maybe through family belief systems that stated and told ourselves that we can't have that. That's too good for us. We just settle for X, Y, and Z. We have to find, and our soul wants us to really move into and emphasize courage, to have courage about this. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Even if this new thing that you are trying to achieve and to establish in your life, you might even find yourself kind of wavering, as Infinite Water said, I'm a little shaky, baby, a little shaky. And so, you need to go on ahead and just push through it anyway. They say fake it till you make it, because once you push through it, you'll find on the other side, there is your blessing. There is through you pushing through, your courage to help you to get to the other end of it. And when you look back, you say, oh my God, it wasn't really all that hard. So you need to learn, the soul wants you to know to persevere. Whatever you're going through that you're watching this, you need to keep on persevering through it. Again, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to do. We need to get into a point of understanding that, again, that it is our birthright. Prosperity is our birthright. What very thing that we have is our birthright. That if the opportunity comes to us, like they tell us about the job, if they call you back, that means they want you. All you're doing is they're showing up to the interview to claim what you had. I always remember that they had told me that in business, when I took that business 101 course, when I had majored in fashion marketing. And I always stuck with me, because any course that you take or whatever, and although it's business, it can be applied to life. So that's, again, if these opportunities come and show up, it's like, okay, somewhere universe knows I have the resources or the knowledgeability or whatever to handle that. We have to move into ourselves and our souls. And I've even talked to myself this morning to know and believe and trust ourselves that when these situations happen or the things happen with us, that we still find courage in doing it, and that we can really actually find the solutions and successfully handle and whatever things come our way. The source is going to bring that, because we could go back in our own lives and look and see about how source had actually brought us through those things. Okay, and when we do that, we need to have peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. And that's why I feel like, even myself this morning, I did my meditation, and something within me, I felt like spiritually, like I wanted to throw up. I could feel like this energy that was really like, it resonated right here in the stomach area. Like, it's like I want to release, I want to get rid of. I no longer want to be housed in this body. I no longer resonate with this. And so that's, maybe you want to resonate with peace. And this is what Spirit is saying. After you have got your gratitude, you accept it. This is almost like the prayer of serenity, when they say they accept the things that I cannot change, and I whatever, and know the difference between the things that I can, be empowered to make the moves to make those things different, and so or change or work in my favor. So this, to me, again, is that serenity prayer, that, again, understanding where you have to actually move into that. And I probably put that as the cover, is really truly understanding that the changes, to be able to discern those things, to truly bring peace, love, and to remove negative. Like they say, fear and love cannot occupy the same space. And then also, because once you have all of this, to me, this is like the ending thing, which is you'll have abundance. I am limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So really, once we get an understanding, we're being grateful for the opportunity, the acceptance that we can change the things that we cannot change. That have the courage and the perseverance to go on ahead and push through for the very things that we want, understanding that we are in love and who we are, and also releasing that negativity, which means the blocks, will help us to move into the energies of our abundance. So that's where our soul is really asking us to be as well. So we're going to look as far as in the energies for what's going on with the Twin Flame Collective, overall energies for the Twin Flame Collectives. So that's where all that clear. If you're watching this, that's your soul's journey right now. Right now is opening the door to spirit. Really having to go that peace, that dove there, this peace, understanding that we're creating the magic. 3 represents magic. 3 represents getting everything in alignment, spirit, soul, and body. 2 is really having the unity, consciousness, everything coming together. 3 plus 2 equals 5, which means change. So right now, Twin Flames collectively, we are creating change. We're opening up the doors, like knock and it shall be open, and so we have now understanding that there takes some type of work on our end to be able to open it up. We have moved from, on this journey, we used to be collectively, it's like, well, I'm a spiritual being having a spiritual experience, and so as the human, all I got to do is just think it. I don't have to say it. I just got to read it. But now we're moving into that energies of understanding that, hey, I got to do some work. I either got to clear out some things. I got to start affirming things. I got to meditate things. I got to get my soul in alignment. I have to do some things on the outer to make sure that it on the inner to make sure that it changes things on the outer. This is where we are. When we talk about the divine feminine energies, let's look and see what's going on here. Unrequited love. We're talking about the divine masculine energies. So in the divine feminine energies, we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction and chemistry to keep this relationship going. So this to me is, we're talking about relationships in general, person, place, or thing. We're looking at some things and saying about, hey, I'm living here in this house. I don't think it's no more love here. The attraction is not here. Or we're looking at a person and saying, hey, the love here is no longer. I'm just going through the motions. That's it goes again, because of the energies of the moon is really bringing that onto us with this full moon. It's helping us to understand that, again, these karmic cycles, these lessons that we have learned to help us to grow, and we're still in it because we're just scared to move on to the next point. We're too scared to move out of our comfort zone. We're too scared to be there. And I think I got in my podcast, that's the next one. I think that might be this week's podcast, or it might be week after next, which I said is called Comfort Zone is Overrated. Really saying about this is what makes me feel good. Our soul is really asking us to be able to move out. Perseverance means to me whatever it is that we're in, that we've been settling for, and perseverance means keep on going. Don't settle for stop. Don't settle for don't pass go, or whatever it is, like, or don't pass boardwalk, just stay right there, or like on the Monopoly or the life game of life. You need to keep on. So unrequited love, it's like, she's like, okay, they might love me, this person I might be with, or this job I might be with, but you can look at her face and see right here that she is like, I am unenthused. This don't float me. This don't get my fire going. Spirit is in there that's telling her on the side, like, you know what, it's time to go. She been getting signs on the job or in the relationship that this is ended. And it's time to find something else too. And I'm looking at this here, which is this curtain. It's mine is like the last call, and it's over with right there. So really understanding this, the unrequited love is about here, 7 cabin spiritual completion. Understanding about this community. Community to me is about how they're connecting with things on the outside. How is it helping her to be able to go to the next level, which means looking at the things that has manifested in her world and saying, how have they created harmony between what's going on in the divine feminine spirit is looking, the divine feminine energies is looking and seeing how are they harmonizing with their surroundings in their environment. That's what community means to me. The people in it, the things that are in it, the places that are in it, the whole thing. How is everything harmonizing with each other? Because I'm looking at this heart and helping her to be able to establish this foundation. So right now she's looking at it saying, it's stuff ain't resonating. Some of this ain't harmonized. This stuff ain't flowing like it should be. Something is out of whack. And so now in the divine feminine energies, it's causing a storm warning. It's like, again, I'm calling on these storms. Something about the way it's thinking. How air is a conflict too as well. The air element means conflict in thinking, conflicts about what's going on, the way I think things should be flowing, where things are actually appearing. I've got to, again, maybe it's the way I'm thinking, and maybe ain't nothing wrong with where I am. You know, sometimes you find that out too. I had that conversation with myself, like, well, you know what, and it ain't the thing, it's you. You was thinking X, Y, and Z, and actually you the one that's blocking for it to manifest. Like, oh, okay, so you'll see again that your foundation, the way you've been thinking, is going to be knocked down. You got 10, which is really, once you get cleared of this energy, you'll be willing to go on ahead and start again, because 10 is like, again, is the ending of cycles, which is what this moon is bringing on, and in the karmic cycling here with the vortex and the movement of the air here, and then being ready to do that, because you know when a tornado hits or like that, it wipes out everything. It don't care if it's grounded or if it's being really tied to the earth. If it don't really have, if it's not really foundationally set there, and it's really has a good structure in it, it's gonna come and blow it right on down. You know, like I said, the big bad wolf. I'm a huff and I'm puff and I'm blow your house down. House down means where you think home is, where you think that is your foundation, is the it. This is what is going to be happening, and especially I think about it. Say a house is a house for love, and I learned that it doesn't to build it up. So again, wherever it is about this love, which is home, where you feel this things in community and what's surrounding your home, which is again is your heart, is really being looked and investigated in. In the divine masculine energies here, we have very soon. So in your divine masculine energies, is saying, you know what, you got to decide something. You got to decide something very soon. Okay, about what's going on here. Here too is pillars. This is about, again, to me, when I look about this, it's about, it goes two ways. How's your divine feminine energies and your divine masculine energies working together to create this decision, to create this change? How can it be also in the physical, the divine masculine energy, the divine feminine energies, about making the decision about coming together real soon too as well. There is a movement in really truly trying to get to know each other. And when I look at this, getting to know each other, I don't know, can you see it way over there? Getting to know each other here. This brings to me, let me put this over here. This brings to me of understanding about know each other. That means I need to know myself. To my own self be true. To thine own self be true. What am I being true about? What am I really examining and seeing about what's going on within me? If I'm looking at this from one person, housing and trying to fix the divine feminine and divine masculine energies, it's like, what is it that you have been finding yourself doing it because of your honor, or you feel like it's a responsibility to do? Some of you all feel like it's time to lay that sword down, lay that sword of truth, and really be able to stand in it and say what is actually being presented here when it's talking about how I am and how I show up in the world. In your divine feminine energies here, you're being open and receptive to what's going on. You're being open and receptive and understanding your world. But you also have this here in the divine feminine energies. There is some childhood things that you have learned that you've got to release, because this here is acting as a block to you. And so whatever it is that you got to unlearn, that you learn and go back and reparent, so you could truly be this person who is very free. I see a fan here, so we got to watch this. Again, when I see a fan here, this means like, what are you fanning the flames of? Is you fanning the flame of actions that say you got to make this decision real soon, or are you fanning the flames of an action in which is causing you to stay in that not being true to yourself, that you're lying to yourself, that you're putting on a act here as well? So you got to watch this. Is this dealing with this childhood thing here in your spirit, not allowing you to really truly be able to connect with your person, or you be able to connect with your divine masculine energy, so you could be out there, to be able to go out there in the world? So as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, or to yourselves, the divine feminine energies to the divine masculine energies within you, or the divine masculine energies to the divine feminine energies, your bond deepens. So the more you reveal to each other, say, hey, I see this going on with you, vice versa, or even in your person, the more strengthening your bond is. Let's get some clarification on that. What is going on with that? Because again, you want to be the person in your spirit is the person who is holding your heart. You really want to be able, I'm seeing this can here. This is interesting. Really want to be all right in your who you are, as your identity, your sexuality, your sensuality, is how you are presenting yourself. I'm going to tell y'all about this plastic. Excuse me 1 second. Give it to me. Thank you. So y'all leave that plastic alone. Sorry, that's me and my babies. And really being able to, but it's transforming you to be able to see this over the third eye in your crown chakra, to be able to really truly see things the way they are, but there's a transformation that's got to go on. There's an evolution that has to go involved in that, and the evolution starts with knowing yourself and knowing to your own self be true. You got a 44 here, which to me is, again, being grounded and rooted. There's really a release of the energies of nervousness or anxiety that it has to be with that. So knowing yourself, some of us are a little nervous to be even knowing ourselves. So we got a 4 and a 4 here, which really is, again, being grounded in that. 4 plus 4 equals 8, which means there's a rebirth in understanding and knowing yourself too as well, because some things you're going to find out some things can stay, some things just got to go, and that goes into that unrequired. That's where your divine feminine energies here is going to point out here. There's no love in staying in here, whatever this thing that's been this childhood wound that you had here. There's no love in fanning false identities or things of actions that's really not being able, that's good for you, to really truly are aligned with who you truly are. There's no, again, helping you to be able to align into feeling like you're doing things out of sense of duty. I'm going to stay on this job because it's a sense of duty. I'm going to stay in this marriage because it's a sense of duty. It's a responsibility, and that is this defensiveness. This defensiveness is a sword, and as you, as your divine masculine, is really feeling it's time to put that defensiveness down, or this self-defense down, and really trying to let the spirit in, whatever has been downloaded and spoken to you about, that's going to help you with this transformation. You understand now in your divine masculine energies, it's time to let it in, so you can be able truly to be the person to open up the heart. You need to do this very soon, okay? So you need to decide to really get down to earth with yourself and really truly seeing about what things need to be fixed. Let me see about this very soon. Do you want to clear about this very soon? Okay, so some things about this. Your very soon thing is here is, again, clarifying this card was, again, by the divine feminine, divine masculine energies come together. The divine masculine energies means you got to hear, he's looking at clear quartz, which means in your being and how you're showing up in the world, you've got to really, truly, actually get clear, have a clear vision as to what you need. I would say a clear quartz there too, to help you with your energies and your energy fields, to help you get more clear, because you've had negative thinking when it comes to your divine masculine energies. The divine masculine, if you're talking about in the actual 3D world, has had problems with this negative thinking and seeing things clearly, which is also messing with the foundational things. So he's got to get more grounded and rooted, especially when it comes to love, and be willing to, again, 4 plus 6 equals 10, to start back over again. The divine, again, very soon about this, getting over and starting to heal this brokenheartedness. Is something that the divine masculine energies has got to get with. Again, the crying, the thing. Okay, you're crying over spilled milk. It's over with. God, I heard the clarification in the background. It's over with. It's been done. It's ending in cycles. That's what you talk about, the karmic relationship and the moon that's been brought up now. Here lately, again, it's helping us to end karmic cycles. Again, yes, it happened. Yes, the lesson happened. But guess what? It's a lesson. And a lesson always comes for you to learn and to elevate and to move on and to graduate into the next level. This is something that has to be done as far as the divine masculine energies within you. It's something that you have been brokenhearted about. You need to start the healing process now. You need to grieve over what you thought was going to happen that did not happen, and then move on so you can be able to open it up with, again, to begin something, you got to end something. And so you need to end that cycle here. Some of us are having some anxiety about this, again. But again, this is to help you get more grounded and rooted in some things. Again, spirit has been behind this as well. I'm seeing electricity is electrifying the atmosphere. This is the divine feminine energies here. So that means in your spirit, as your divine masculine energies, where you're weak in, it is the weakness that's showing up for you, divine masculine energies, is the anxiety in your spirit about what needs to happen and what, as far as this making this decision to go on and make it soon. You got anxiety about that, and it's also affecting your divine feminine energies. Divine feminine energies might be feeling very tired because you're anxious. Yours time if they're anxious, we get tired on our end. So again, divine feminine energies, that's what you're in. So this is what is, but this This is spirit let you know about this community. It's got to do this. It's got to electrify your surroundings so you can be able to feel like you got to make some kind of decisions. We are moving into very soon. You got to do that because, again, through this childhood, becoming childlike, becoming innocent, becoming a clean slate, becoming a sovereign being, is going to be able to open up this gate. This is where the 3 represents your magic out of the 30, and 0 is this God's push, God force behind this, because they want you to get in alignment so you can create this magic, so you can go into this garden here as well, because this is where your transformation is too as well. And for you to be able to, you got to make this soon, because your self-worth is on the line, your self-value is on the line. Plus, by making this decision, it's going to open up the doors, or open up the curtains for you to be able, it's the door, open up the doors for you to be able to get your abundance, which is what they're saying at the end of the day. What you are destined to do is your abundance. So this is all it's got to be there. You've got to accept that whatever had happened as far as this brokenheartedness that they're saying here, it cannot be changed. It happened. It needed to happen. Again, like I said on the show the other day, for your soul's growth, we sign up contractually for these things. These things happen because they know that you need that for growth. And whether they're negative or positive, they help us to elevate and go to the next level. Some of us are still stuck on not understanding. They're on the why. Why did this happen? I can't really understand. It should have happened X, Y, and Z. And Spirit is saying it is time to get over that. Find the courage. Find the acceptance in it. Be grateful that it happened. Persevere and push on through it, no matter how the feelings are working against you and going against you, so you can find your peace and so you can have your abundance. So make sure that you do that, okay? All right then. That is that. So now, what is changing? Let's move this over. This is the masculine, that's the feminine. So let's see what's the life changes that we're going through right now at this time, especially with this unrequited love. What's the life changes we need to go through? Now we're going into the solutions. Yeah. Emotions. Got to deal with these emotions, because this unrequited love is really saying you got to move into your emotions. You got to go and move into your femininity. That really becoming one with it. Get into that heart space to really see about, this is pink, your bliss. I'm seeing here, this is transparent. You got to become very transparent as to what's going on here. Why am I here? For me, I would almost make me a they call that graphic organizer. There's an idea, a main idea. You put in a circle right there, and in that circle, let me see if I can grab something real quick. So what you would do is here, can you see this? You create a circle. And out that circle, you will put in all of the extra things here that you feel that it is. Unrequited love. Okay, so let's say it's the how. Okay, let's say I'm having issues with where I'm living. Okay, what's going on with it? Well, one thing is the neighbors. We don't get along anymore. Okay. The man that used to help me out anymore, he's been inconsistent. Okay. What I feel like it is, the house is getting too small. Okay, it's some things that needs to be repairs around here. This is all unrequited love about the house that I'm in. I'm just making up some stuff. It's too small. I'm outgrowing it. Okay, or when I come home, I'm depressed. Okay. I'm not happy when I come through the home. This is, I feel no connection to it. Okay, so these are all the things. I'm looking at this. What is it saying here? All of these things here represent, and at the center of it is that, again, it's time to level up. Or what I could say again, is not in my spirit, not aligning. Maybe I might even say where the underline from that now is a new home. Ding, ding, ding. I might want to keep on working in until I get down to what's the nitty gritty. I need a new home. Okay, that's the nitty gritty of it. I'm working out all that stuff. So that is one way that you can be able to do that, to really get down to the nitty gritty of it. You can do it your way, whichever way it is that you feel that's good for you, but you need to get down to the emotions of it. Okay, so this is what Spirit is saying. What things need to change for you is the divine masculine. Yeah, it's a release. You definitely got to release. Okay, for divine masculine energies, I see two things that we got to change. Take the next step. What they say, very soon. Then you see me take it straight out the box, very soon. You got to decide and getting to know each other. You need to take the next step. Go on ahead and start accepting it. Find the courage, the perseverance, the peace in it, the gratitude, so you can have the abundance here. This starts here with me. This butterfly is solar plexus, which means that you've got to get into your power. As far as where you need to be standing in your power and your authority, and stick with it. We have a tendency that we don't see things manifesting. We don't see landmarks out there that really say we're going in the right direction, and then we get kind of wavy. We get shaky, baby. We get real shaky. And so we have to understand that this is purple here and pink to mix together. We got to get into our bliss, but we got to allow the spirit. We are now, and I've said that myself too as well, we cannot look for physical, tangible landmarkers to let us know. We can't always go to our good friend or to our good psychic. They would always know the answers to some things as well. We have to get to the point that we are trusting ourselves to know that, hey, something has got to change. That's what they talk about. Spirit keeps on saying about in your divine masculine energies. Get to know each other. You've got to get to the point that you've got to go and check in with the divine feminine within yourself. Or if you are in that place where you can actually even talk to your divine feminine on the outside or your counterpart and ask them and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing X, Y, Z. I'm thinking about leaving this job. What you think? I'm thinking about this. And they might really tell you, hey, listen here. You know what? If that's what you're thinking, and hey, be like mine, see, like, okay, I'm not 100%, but I can see where you're feeling from. He always comes from two sides. I can see where you're coming from. I can see the need of it. Hey, if you feel like you need to do that, then go for it, So this is, again, about this next steps here to be able to stand in your power. Here's, again, yellow, sobriety. Interesting. Again, standing in your power. To me, again, the acceptance. I thought I said the prayer serenity, and this is it again. Think about the 12 steps that you have to take about that. One thing is the denial or whatever. You get into the part of the acceptance. You want to start changing some things. Look about what it is that you've been signing up for that's like a habit of like settling. Okay, I stay in the job. It ain't that bad. I find out a way to do this. Or I stay in the house. I'm not really happy about it, but maybe I put some new paint on it, do X, Y, and Z. But then you always had said on the list there is other things out there. You can't change the people. The only way you're going to change the people is you change the neighborhood where you live. So it's some things on the exterior that you're saying, okay, I can't change. I don't like this. Maybe if I go and draw into me some new people, or either I can ask for them to draw those people out, but there's got to be some type of a change there. So sobriety here, it allows the downloads from spirit to kind of give you the answers. Sit there, like Kathy D always say, make it clear, make it plain about some things. Meditate on it. Get your energy space together too as well. Bubble yourself up, like April Williams says. Get into that space. Do a lot of chakra clearing of your solar plexus too, so it can be able to get, because this probably is this too, to be able to stand in your power. So that would be something, again, so you could truly get into your heart's desire, what's want to actually happen, because there's some bad habits there. Maybe the bad habit is, I'm picking this up too as well, is you like to procrastinate. I'm gonna wait until the last minute till it just really showed me. Now Spirit said, I'm gonna show you sign. The sign was within you. You didn't feel right. That's the sign already. The sign is, I'm going to show you through all these people around you that, it's no longer resonating with you. It's no more signs to be on the outside and let me pick up my psychic and talk to them $100 a minute or whatever. And to really get the answer, the signs have been, if it's in your intuition and something resonating in your gut, that something does not feel right, it feels dead, it does not, you no longer align with it, it's already been given to you. So there's no more things about that you got to keep on procrastinating on it and waiting until then, because the time is now. Say very soon, and this says make your steps now. Okay, so when we talk about the divine feminine energies, what do we have to, okay, that's good. What do we have to surrender? Clear. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. This unrequited love, because again, whatever it is that with you, you feel like you got to settle for wherever it is. You feel that this no longer is a mutual connection or exchange of love to this place, to this person, or to this thing. You know this, but something about you is a belief system of scarcity, that that's not enough. It's not going to be enough that if I do move into this house, I'm going to be lacking resources and this and that, and then there's more money, and then it's going to have me be worried about that, and because of that, it's keeping you with the devil that and it's keeping you in that comfort zone. You have to, again, believe in this abundance, have gratitude about the new that is being brought to you, that you need to move from where you are. Have the acceptance of understanding that, hey, it's time, the courage to go on ahead and make the move. Persevere even though things don't look like they are in alignment with where you want to. Have peace regardless of what's showing up, and then knowing about this abundance to get your wildest dreams. So again, Spirit is saying it's only because of some things that had happened in the past, the rejection, the things have happened like that, have made you believe in staying right where you are, and there's not enough. It's not enough time, or it's not enough resources, or it's not enough people believing in you, that you're getting support or backing of that. So whatever it is like this, it's like, to me, it's saying, you thinking about it, I'm seeing him like, I know this is the path I want to go. I see transformation right here. I got my bags packed. And I say, bag lady, you gonna miss your bus, dragging all those bags. You already got your bags packed. You have really, to me, you have even compressed and got even things down to compact. You got it down to the necessities of what you need to take with you and things you have left behind. Now it's time for you to go ahead and find that courage, persevere, and go after the abundance, because the door to Spirit is open. Also, what things you need to surrender for the divine masculine energies is the following. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditations and contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal or replenish you. Why you want to practice this? Because again, when you get silence, you can hear the still small voice within you. You can get more in alignment with what your voice and the downloads and what Spirit is bringing to you as to what you actually need to do in this moment. You'll actually get direction. Specifically, you need to do this, you do that. You too, to me, when I'm saying getting to know each other, you might be so busy about knowing about other people on the outside that you really truly don't understand about what's your desires as far as what you actually want for yourself. So you got to slow that down. You got to be able to hear what your divine masculine energies want. You got to hear what your divine feminine, your spirit wants. That means what it's observed, what it says as far as you being, what's been showing up for them, what they see. And your divine masculines talk about, well, okay, this is how you've been in the world. This is how you've been going after the things that you want. This is how you've been in the movement here. We got to find a way that we can become together as one, so we can be able to make this decision to be able to go after our abundance. So that's one way. Another thing that you need to surrender is to the wisdom of your body. Like I'm belching, it's saying again, whatever it is, you've got to release it. I told you earlier, even I feel like some energy wise, there's some energies that's latching onto me in my spirit and my body, saying I no longer want that. And I feel myself like in the spirit throwing up energy that no longer has been housed in there. This is the same thing. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. That's like when I was talking to my therapist the other day, and she was like, oh, but when you talk about the situation, you're very happy. Your whole mood, your whole energy shift. Pay attention to how you are reacting to things. Pay attention to about it's about to belch again. Almost. Yeah, that's right. Pay attention to how your body is reacting to this. Do you, when you think about leaving this job, do you, and that same thing, just like what I'm gonna leave that there. Same thing that is about me with when I left my other job. You know, it was getting to the point that I literally could not walk. I didn't tell my mom that. And that's because in my spirit, I felt like it was just being stifled there. I didn't want to be there anymore. And, you know, my body was physically telling me that, you know what, we didn't really, I hear the song Boys to Men being played in the background, that this is really truly, we didn't came to the end of the road with this. And I could feel every day when I would go in the job that it felt dead. I felt no kind of connection to it. It wasn't no peace. It's just like the energy, we have ran our course, we have ran our time, and that's it. We have the shadow that we got to work with on the divine feminine energies is understanding that revenge, something about this unrequited love, not being able to, about emotions, a storm warning. I think this unrequited love is like really saying that if you're in a relationship thing and things have been, and you're like, I've been staying here for this umpty years, I'm gonna get mine. You know, that's something that you got to kind of watch about it. Or it has not been, you know, you felt like you invested and you gave in a lot into this and you haven't gotten a return into it, and something about you want to get revenge about that. You know, let that go. Or either things didn't come together like you want to and you want to get revenge on it. Let this go too as well. It could be about revenge about the past. It could be, I'm seeing timepiece here. This looks like a clock. So it's something about the past that you want to, and it's making you grow roots in the wrong way of understanding about, like, when things don't come or you're not being fed or love is not being exchanged, how you handle those things. Learn to the point that, like I was listening to James Ron Prague yesterday, and he was talking about people was having issues with family members and they wanted to semi get back to it. And he's like, let that go. Please let that go, because you don't want that to house it to your body. You don't want to keep handling on and holding on to that stuff about unrequited love, about the situation that's not really feeding you, because at the end of the day, that does not help you body wise. It makes you more heavier, and it doesn't allow you to be able to sin like you need to. So you have to remember that, be a bigger person, you know, let them go on ahead and deal with the aftermath or whatever it is like that, and just let them go on ahead and let also, like they say, revenge is mine, saith the Lord. Let the universe handle them. Also, going on to the next thing is as for in the divine masculine energies, what shadow work that you have to deal with is this me? Some of you all, again, in the divine masculine energies are doing things that are not you. You're not really standing in your truth as well, and you're becoming something or transforming into something that's not really who you are, that's not really truly being divine. I'm looking at her about the way she's got all these spiky things, her mind, these things. I'm trying to be naked, but at the same time I got all this other armory on here. I might be betraying myself in my divine masculine energies as, you know, being very sexy as I'm doing this or whatever. Look at me, I'm still cute. And I'm still trying to be vulnerable, but that's not truly really getting to know yourself. And the divine feminine energy, since this is a feminine here, really feels like it still puts them in defensive mode. Whatever it is that you got to decide, again, as far as in your abundance, do it at the point that you are really truly getting all the armor out, really stripping yourself bare, becoming naked before the stars, so that you really truly will be standing in your truth. Not the truth that you want to portray, but the truth that really truly is who you are, which is divine. Okay, and then also gilded regret. Wow. So something about this here, again, interesting. You got to heal about this regret here. It's something that the spirit is trying to get into you. You're not allowing it to, because you got these spiky things too as far as this. And I'm seeing mystical too as well, and these stars and things like that. And there's some things that you're not really being able to see things for what they are. That's why I say you got to get to know each other. I'm picking up this guilty regret has to do with your person in the 3D, about some things that has been done to you that really has made you check out of your body and not really truly become one with who you are. You've been more concentrating about what's happening on the outer, but not, I'm fine, ain't nothing wrong with me. They got the issue, not me. And, it's like you got to kind of deal with that. There is some things that your part, you might not be sharing with anybody else, but in your part about some things that you have done in your divine masculine energies that in your spirit has made you feel regret about with some of the choices that you have made. And because of these choices that you made is making you a little kind of itsy or antsy or undecided or indecisive about this next move that you have to do. But you got to move past that. That's the shadow work that you got to work on, because by you holding yourself back and not really truly moving into the next level or the next space. I don't know why I'm thinking like Star Trek. You're missing out on your abundance. So you've got to really truly deal with this energies here too as well. And the divine masculine energies is maybe dealing with some guilty regret too as well. If you're thinking about your person and how they're showing up in the world, there's a regret. And they're even asked about, is this me, about some of the decisions that they had made. And they're kind of scared again to make that decision, because in the past, the decision they made had not quite worked out in their favor. But if you really truly get to know yourself and understanding about why you had made the decision you had made, what made you do that? Okay, I've learned. That was me when I was thought as a child. I wasn't too mature then. I understand when I made the decision, it was for team me. It was coming from the wrong place. I've grown now. I've had things that happen karmically to me, and I'm coming from a better place. Then the decision that you make this time is going to come from a place of you being more wiser, more understanding, more knowing of yourself, what you're capable of, what you're not capable of. And you have to remember that these things are different now. These are different now. So this is pretty much the energies that you have to do with the divine masculine, divine feminine energies. Understanding the divine feminine energies, you're dealing with unrequited love. You understand where you are now is the love is phasing out. And for the divine masculine energies, he's saying, you know what, I got to sit down and really get to know myself better so I can be able to make this decision that's best for me. All right then, so if you need any help, remember, go to the description box below. Make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Not to say that you agree with it, but again, saying thank you for taking time out to, again, get this reading out that you feel is important, that you took 30 or 40 or how many minutes, 50 minutes of your time to say, I want to help you out. And so in return, it's just nothing but saying thank you for doing that 50 minutes of taking your time out to help me out, to get me on the path of being divine. All right then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time.